Hey, what's up guys? We're back again with the best giant double prince deck in Clash Royale. The number 3 player in the world exclusively plays this deck. Over the past years, he's been beating the best players in Clash Royale using giant double prince, and he recently swapped to this version. The addition of Phoenix has added another way to win. When your opponent's desperately trying to distract your double princes, and if Phoenix dies, you can resurrect it with your multiple tanks. And if they don't stop it, the Phoenix will rise up and bring down your opponent's chances of winning. Because you don't have any buildings and have all aggressive cards, whenever your opponent messes up, no matter what you have in cycle, you can always punish them. This is one of the best decks to play on ladder because no matter if you're playing against good or bad players, it's impossible to defend this when you're down elixir. If you don't have Phoenix, you can use Mega Minion instead. You can use Musketeer for Electro Wizard and Arrows for Miner. Let's charge on through with the best double prince deck in Clash Royale and assert dominance. Subscribe to the channel to stay connected for all the daily videos. Thanks to everyone that's using credit code SirTag to support the channel. Thanks to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring the video today. With millions of players all over the world and over 650 champions to collect and customize, Raid is one of the best games to start playing. Play against other real players in the PvP arena and climb to be the very best. And there's practically endless content with massive updates every month. And this month, Raid has got something extra special happening right now. They're finally putting the starter champions head to head to find out who is the best once and for all. From today on, you can vote for Kale, Aethel, Galek, or Elhain and have the chance to win a ton of prizes. Raid is giving away a gigantic $20,000 in gift cards away just this month to US players. New players that are 18 and older that are not in New York or Florida will be eligible for all the in-game loot and Amazon gift cards. All you need to do is download and vote for your favorite starter champion using the link in the description of the video. Enter your Raid ID, which can be found here, and submit your nickname and email to enter. You need a Raid ID in order to vote, so you have to download the game first. And if you guys are wondering who I'm backing, of course it's gotta be Galek. That axe-throwing orc does some serious damage. He's able to hit 2 enemies in one for double the fun and way more value. He's got double axes and in my opinion looks by far the coolest out of all the starter champions. If you vibe with Galek and agree with me, definitely go to the description of the video and vote for him. If you vote using my link in the description of the video, you'll get entered to win a slice of that $20,000 that Raid is giving away. And if you're not sure who to choose, download Raid today and find out why it's gotta be Galek. All right, we got a game against the Lord. What's up, dude? So hopefully we can reign supreme against you, sir. I definitely want to go for a miner and just get some early chip damage if possible. This is the most predictable placement in the world, but somehow this guy drops the bandit in the far back. Maybe because he wanted to get a dash on us. Okay, all right, I'm ready for it. If I go in for a giant here, the bandit's not going to dash, and we're going to be able to stack up some value with our prince. The bandit's going to get stolen by the prince, and then he's going to have to go for an executioner.
Where are you going?
If I want to go for a fireball, that wouldn't be a bad decision, but it's not great because I still don't know what his deck is. I don't want to waste my spells when there's a potential of him having like a weird Inferno Dragon or, oh wow, he had a Pekka Executioner deck. It's such a delayed reaction for me. I was like, oh, didn't expect that. But it is what it is. This guy is going to go in for, ooh, I guess this isn't that bad because the bats are going to die to the Phoenix like respawning, so that's good. We can go for a Dark Prince here so then the Phoenix egg doesn't die. Oh, come on. Right as I said it, he had to ruin the day with a bandit. It's all good though, because I can go miner in the back, and I think the Dark Prince survives, and then he's going to have to drop something in the back for the miner, or he's also going to take the damage from the Dark Prince. Of course, he's going to have Tornado and also miner on defense, so that was pretty much the best play possible for him, but he's living in the past in 2020, so you know what? I think we're having a better mechanism of winning. We've got upgraded tools out here with our Phoenix spam, even though you're running an archaic Pekka deck. So I'm going to go in for a prince, and I'm going to go for a giant, because he ended up using his tornado, and without having tornado in cycle, it's going to be substantially harder for him to get on top of this giant. The Pekka is going to have to do a long distance relationship with the giant for a while before it's able to travel and go up and meet it. So that's really good for us. We did a ton of damage, and then I can immediately go in for a Phoenix. He's got a Hog Rider deck, which is making this matchup even more peculiar. I love the fact that we get a tough matchup right out of the jump. Executioner crushes, and I mean destroys Phoenix, because it's also able to kill the egg if it finishes off the Phoenix because of the splash damage of the axe. Also, Pekka Freeze and Tornado against a giant deck, that's a little bit scary. Fortunately for us, because Phoenix is such a strong card, it's a legendary card that feels like a champion, you're able to get absurd value. So I want my Phoenix to die here, so then it's not going to die to the tower. Oh my gosh, it died in the safe zone, baby. And no Pekka is safe from the Phoenix. So I think the Pekka is going to face plant right now, and then he's not going to be able to face reality, the fact that the Fireball is going to be able to knock the Executioner away. Wait, the executioner had the weirdest animation ever. Did it just like fire off its axe off to the side of the map or something? I don't know. That was pretty funny though. So 30 seconds remaining. He's got Hog Rider free, so he could take out my tower. I definitely want to go and separate my stuff. So if you guys notice where I dropped my Electro Wizard, it's super far away, so he's not able to freeze that as well. We're dropping a Prince here as well. Please just don't let the Bandit walk through. I think we got the value, and we walk away with a win against one of the most difficult matchups I could have possibly found in Clash Royale. If you guys are wondering, yes, Clash Royale sometimes gives you some really weird matchups, like playing against a P.E.K.K.A. Tornado Executioner Hog Rider deck, but I don't know even how he took my tower there, but he got 3 crown right after. Why did he take the tower if he knew he was going to get 3 crown? Because there were 2 princes on the tower, obviously. Maybe the man was just in a giving spirit. He gets a crown for Patch Royale, and I get 3 of them. It's a win-win, even though the homie lost. All right, we got a game against the famous Gents. So we'll see what this guy's up to. Definitely do not want to make the first play with this deck. It's all about the counter push life. Usually, you want your opponent to go and spam into your Phoenixes or double Princes, and then drop your Giant at the river when you're up Elixir and can successfully punish opponents. If that's not the case, I guess I'll go for a Miner because I'm very scared of our opponent ending up having like a Graveyard deck or something with Freeze. In the later stages of the game, they can pulverize you. So in single Elixir at the very start, if you have Princes or you have kind of a decent card hand, it's generally better for you to just wait a little bit, but don't wait too long because then you're going to be in the wrong spot when your opponent unleashes a hard counter to you in double or triple Elixir. So that's what we try to do here. Unfortunately, I don't have Miner in cycle for that Elixir Collector. I don't even know what this deck is. I mean, I see Lumberjack and I see Phoenix, so I'm thinking that it's going to be a Golem deck. So I really want to punish him hard here. I'm going to go in for a Dark Prince instead of a regular Prince because it's going to cost less Elixir, so I can easily afford my Miner a little bit faster. I'm going to drop my Miner here since it's harder for him to activate King Tower with the Tornado. If I drop it super far up, yeah, look at that. I knew it. I felt it. Oh, that's so good because I play his deck. This is one of my main decks. I know how to play against it. I know what I don't like to see when I'm running that Golem deck, and then I just reciprocate exactly what this man hates. Wait, why is he running? Okay. Okay. Yo, King Tower activation out here too. He is unbelievably messed up right now, and I don't know what he's going to try to do, but I think he's just going to try to go and spam golems, and it's not going to work. So this guy tried to start up a golem push, and in the end, he got so desperate that he was trying to defend with Elixir Collectors. The only thing that this man successfully accomplished was almost getting 3 crowned. So if you're playing against any Elixir Collector deck, especially Electro Giant or Golem with Elixir Collector and Tornado, always go for that Miner placement. Even though our opponent had Elixir Collector, we were the one that ran away with the positive Elixir trades. We got a game here against John, and he's going to go for an Ice Spirit. He actually had that in his banner, so I guess it's his favorite card or something. So I'm going to use our Electro Wizard and Dark Prince for some counter push here. I don't want to go for a Miner because I don't know if he's going to have Tornado or not. A lot of times when you see Ice Spirit and a fast cycle deck, they're going to have Tornado too. So that's what I was kind of expecting here. Okay, so I have 2 choices. I likely want to go for a Phoenix a little bit further back. So when the Phoenix dies, it's going to hopefully push the Archer Queen away from us. Let's go. That's nice. Giving us enough time to go and allocate enough Elixir for the Prince. Wow. So even though the Archer Queen was undercover, she had to go and retrace her steps to get back to where she was originally. I'm going to zap here so we can eviscerate the skeletons and then hopefully finish off the majority of the Valkyrie so we can put in work with the Miner. I am winning this game from the damage department, but I am losing this game from Elixir. I am down a ridiculous amount. I think if he drops anything else with the Archer Queen, then we can splash onto it. So hopefully we can hit the Valkyrie and then also hit the Archer Queen at the same time. Not necessarily looking so hot for us, so I have to Fireball. Wait, that Miner placement was wacky and weird, man. You should have dropped it 1 more tile up so then the other tower, the Princess Tower, wasn't able to join on in the action. Our tag team just finished off that Miner so quick. Maybe we can go in for a Giant in the back and build up a big push. Typically in these type of matchups, when your opponent's got Archer Queen in a very defensive deck, you're not going to be able to break through with your Giant. So you're going to use your Giant as a resource, and you're going to use its HP so that you can Miner afterward with the Giant tanking for your Miner. So then the Miner will get a lot more damage because everything's concentrated on hitting the Giant. He's basically a pinata, so then the Miner can hit everything with the shovel, if you feel what I'm saying out here. I'm going to go in for a Phoenix now. We know he's going to go Archer Queen. It's going to be hard for us to get a lot of value into that, but we'll see what we can do. I definitely want to go in for Miner inside corner and then go in for a Prince afterward because if he doesn't have skeletons to distract, he's going to have to go for a Valkyrie and he's going to get an entire charge from the Prince on him. Also, this Fireball is going to be flames. Look at that damage potential, guys. And I can zap as well. Hopefully the Prince takes the targeting. No, that Ice Spirit, bro. That is not a nice spirit. That literally just destroyed everything. It froze my aspirations of making sure that I could go and have the Phoenix get resurrected. Okay, the miner is going to get destroyed by the Dark Prince. So that's good. If I go in for anything with this Phoenix, I think that would be a horrible casualty. I'm going to Giant here. I was considering fireballing because it would have pushed the Archer Queen to the other side, but I don't think that's going to work out anymore. It's going to be a tough situation. You guys know the deal. We're going to try to get all of our damage with these miners. That is the game plan. Giant is not going to be able to break through. We can go for a high Electro Wizard here and say hello to value with 2 Phoenixes and the Archer Queen out of cycle. So this is what we wanted. This is the big push that we needed. He's going to go in for skeletons, so we're going to be able to reset the tower and hopefully get some extra damage with the miner. Let's go now. Give me the damage. I need it. I'm going to go for a Prince. Prince is also extremely good in this matchup because it's hard for him to defend if he doesn't have skeletons in cycle. Just does so much damage to the other cards. Also, the Prince is going to be tanking. If you guys notice that, he has to go for Archer Queen right on top of the Prince because it has to immediately target the Phoenix. And dude, this is spiraling out of control. And we're going to flush you down the drain, man, in pain. We can go for the zap. And I think we swirled this win in our favor. I cannot believe that even though he had Archer Queen, he didn't have enough firepower to defend the double Prince. It's awesome that this deck has so many different ways to win. If you can't break through with your Giant, you can gradually, slowly but surely chip your opponent out with a Miner. And if they mess up just once, the immediate damage potential with Phoenix and double Prince will cause it to be game over. All right, we got a game against Alexis. This guy finished 500 in the world, so we're just moving up with better and better players. Let's go, dude. So apparently you're the Kingslayer, but I need to slay the king today. So please go and spam enemy, give me a positive elixir trade. I need to be able to throw princes at your face. Otherwise, I might get destroyed by someone better than me. Wow, you're actually running Monk. This is ridiculously surprising. I don't think I've seen Monk in a deck unless it's 3 Musketeers or it's Balloon Lumberjack. So you got to be running one of those decks. I'm going to hold my Electro Wizard like it's my most prized possession out here. Electro Wizard, you might only cost 4 elixir, but you mean everything to me. Also, I'm not bad enough to fireball that. I know, like, you guys are like, fireball the Mother Witch, but I can't, guys. I don't want to lose the game. You feel me? Oh my gosh, he might have messed up. He done goofed. Let's go. And I think he's done for. Despite being a stellar player at 500 in the world, when you mess up once against Prince, that's going to be your last mistake. You're only allowed 1 in these type of games, brother. So yeah, as you guys can see, the Phoenix and Prince are pummeling through. And he tried to do a gimmicky strategy with some charades, going in for like the Mother Witch right next to the Monk. And it didn't do that much. As long as you can anticipate predictable Monk plays, you're never going to run into too much trouble. And this guy's yawning the entire time at the end. It's pretty fitting. The game was incredibly easy for us. And even though this guy finished 500 in the world, we caught him snoozing early on. Giant Double Prince is built different, dominating someone 590 in the world with over 2,700 medals. The punishing potential with Double Prince can win you games early, even against some of the best players in the world. All right, so this guy's got a Lava Hound and Balloon in his Mastery banner. So I'm a little bit scared because that matchup can be spicy if you don't end up having your Phoenix in hand. Fortunately for us, gotta hand it to Clash Royale. It's given us a good starting hand. So I'm gonna go in for a miner here. Definitely want to zap on all the skeletons. Please don't let me miss any. Let's go. We're digging your grave again, skeletons. You came out of the ground and you got resurrected as skellies, and then you go back into oblivion. Okay, so he's actually just gonna be running a Lava Hound deck as we anticipate. I wonder if he's gonna have Balloon as well, because when you see Skeleton Army with Lava Hound, usually you think Lava Hound clone without Balloon, but when we see Skeleton Dragons, I'm expecting Balloon now. So without Skeleton Army in hand, how are you expecting to defend that? Oh, I guess the answer is you're not. You don't care. I'm going to Phoenix on top of the Skeleton Dragon. That's why I waited and leaked a little bit of Elixir. I think it was well worth it. I can go for a Dark Prince here, so then the Skeleton Dragon locks onto that, and hopefully the Valkyrie as well. Dude, he's not ready. This E-Wiz is going to come out with fire on the Inferno Dragon. You say that the Inferno Dragon is the master of fire, but it's not. It's definitely not out here. I hope that the Phoenix takes a shot, so then it can resurrect. I'm going to zap here, actually, to keep the Electro Wizard alive. Is the Phoenix going to be a 1 HP hero? No, it's going to die to arrows. Oh, jeez. How did I get so much damage to the left-hand side? I genuinely do not remember getting that damage. I would have been so surprised. I would have been happy out here, but just happens to see that I've done absolutely a lot, and I have no idea how that happened. So without any recollection of the damage in the left-hand side, let's see if we can, even up the damage in the right-hand lane. I expect my opponent to try to go in for like an Inferno Dragon on this. It's going to be hard for me to support this Prince because he can just use his Lava Hound to go and soak up all the damage from the Electro Wizard, so the Electro Wizard can't reset the Inferno Dragon. So I'm really thankful that he decided to go for a Valkyrie there, because now if he goes in for a Skeleton Army to stop the Dark Prince, well, it's not going to work out so well because the Dark Prince has got splash damage. If he decides to go skeleton dragons, we're immediately holding the fireball for that. And then he's going to have to go skeleton army. It's not going to work out so well against the Dark Prince at all. And I think I don't want to go for an electro wizard here because I'm pretty sure that the tower is going to retarget on the skeletons. That's very nice for us. Now he's only going to have Inferno Dragon in cycle. So I expect him to try to go for a Fireball Arrows here on top of the Electro Wizard and the Phoenix because it will delete the Phoenix Egg. However, if you do that, then you're going to have a really bad card cycle because you're not going to be able to stop the Giant because you have to also drop something else on top of that, and that's just too much elixir. Fireball Arrows is 7 elixir. You wouldn't have anything left, right? So he's just deciding to soak up everything and lose both of his towers. So as you guys can see, this deck is an expert way of spreading your opponent thin for the win. You keep their elixir low, and then there's not much they can do because all the cards in your deck, when they don't have a good card cycle for them, will force out way more elixir to defend. For instance, the Dark Prince, he didn't have a good card cycle. He had to drop a Skeleton Army, which is 3 elixir. And then because the Skeleton Army didn't defend, he had to drop more elixir. And then at the end, there was no more left over, and we walk with a very dominant win, 2 towers to 0. If we had a couple seconds left, we would have 3-crowned him, and he arrowed my King Tower just to give up. We ruled that Storm Ruler, and we'll bounce on to the next one. All right, we got a game against Zend. I actually wanted to read his name as Fiend or Friend. We'll see which one he is. Either you're going to be my best friend or my mortal enemy. So if you don't want to cycle anything at the start, I think I have to drop something. Usually in this type of matchup, we're going to go for the Dark Prince over the Prince because the Dark Prince costs less elixir. And the Prince, it is our high damage per second. So he's going to have Inferno Dragon, usually coupled with a freeze. So if I cycle my Phoenix, I need to have my Electro Wizard in my hand soon, or he could balloon, and that would be really, really bad for me. Fortunately, Electro Wizard is staring at me in my face, and he's like, yo, I'm not your 8th card, I'm just your 7th card. Okay, fortunately for us, we were able to get to that. If I had Zap before, that would have been very bad for me, because I wouldn't have had any answer to this balloon. Also, maybe I can go for a Miner here with the Phoenix, and the Prince and the Electro Wizard on the other side. Jeez, dude, look at the counter push I just got. You do not want to do the dance with the Prince, bro. It is doing too much damage. You can't tango with it. Jeez, he can't keep up. He's in a trance while the Lance just pierces everything. He's already down 2,000 damage? This is crazy because we've done so much damage to both sides. Maybe I can go in for an aggressive Phoenix again with a Giant if his Inferno Dragon's out of cycle. But I don't want to do that right now. I'd rather go in for Dark Princes because if we know that he's going to have Lumberjack, Balloon, Freeze, he's going to have Barbill, Lumberjack, and Bowler as his only ground answers. And if you have only those, you're screwed, right? You can't seemingly defend a Prince because you can't knock it back with the Bowler. The Barbill is going to cost too much elixir, and then the Lumberjack's going to get deleted for an even elixir trade. This guy didn't think the matchup was very even, and he rolled out of the game so fast and decided not to play. My man didn't want to do the dance with the Prince Lance any longer and left the game immediately. Him leaving the game leaves us one question. What's faster, a Prince charge or a friend desperately rushing out of the game? This is Jeopardy level over 9,000, so I'm excited to see what you guys have to say in the comment section. Like, subscribe for more daily videos, and have an awesome rest of your day.